It was a bright Monday morning in June 2026. Ameena sat at her sleek glass desk at Apex Digital Agency. As a senior marketing strategist, her world was filled with holographic displays and real-time AI data. Her digital assistant, Zara, whispered through her earpiece, "Ameena, the quarterly report for Chen Logistics is ready for your review." Ameena adjusted her professional silk hijab and tapped a floating icon in the air. A series of bright red charts appeared. The latest social media campaign had not performed as well as expected. The return on investment was lower than the target. Ameena sighed, feeling a familiar pressure in her chest. Mr. Chen was a very demanding client, and he expected perfection. She had only 24 hours to prepare her final presentation for their big meeting tomorrow. Suddenly, the office door slid open. Marcus, the agency's energetic marketing director, walked in with a wide smile. "Ameena, have you seen the numbers?" he asked, leaning over her desk. Ameena nodded slowly. "The AI shows a dip in engagement for the third week, Marcus. We didn't hit the mark." Marcus dismissed her concern with a wave of his hand. "It's just a small dip. Listen, I need this contract renewed. If we show Mr. Chen these exact numbers, he might leave. I want you to enhance the results. Use the AI to project what the numbers would have been if the server hadn't crashed for 2 hours. We can call it adjusted data." Ameena looked at him, surprised. "But Marcus, that isn't the truth. The client deserves to see the real performance of his investment." Marcus lowered his voice. "Ameena, be realistic. This is 2026. Everyone adjusts their data. It's not lying. It's presenting the best version of the story. If we lose Chen Logistics, the whole department might face budget cuts. Think about your team." He patted her shoulder and left the room. Ameena stared at the red lines on the chart. Her heart raced. She knew Marcus was worried about the agency's reputation, but her personal values felt attacked. In Islam, honesty, Sidq, is a pillar of character. She remembered her grandfather telling her that a person's word is their most valuable currency. Was she willing to trade her integrity for a successful meeting? The digital clock on her wall flickered. She felt a deep need for a moment of quiet and clarity. Ameena walked to the office prayer room. It was a small, peaceful space with soft lighting. She performed wudu, the ritual washing, feeling the cool water calm her nerves. It was time for the Dhuhr prayer. As she stood on the prayer mat, the noise of the busy agency faded away. She bowed and prostrated, asking for guidance and the courage to do what was right. "O Allah," she whispered, "help me speak the truth, even if it is difficult." When she finished, a sense of peace replaced her anxiety. She realized that success built on a lie was not true success at all. She would present the real numbers, but she would also work through the night to create a brilliant recovery plan. She would show Mr. Chen honesty and a solution. She returned to her desk and called Marcus. He answered via a video link that projected his face into her room. "Did you fix the charts?" he asked hopefully. Ameena took a deep breath. "Marcus, I cannot change the data. It goes against my faith and my professional ethics. I will present the honest results to Mr. Chen tomorrow." Marcus looked frustrated. "You're risking everything, Ameena. He's going to be furious." Ameena stood her ground. "I understand the risk, but I have spent the last 3 hours developing a new strategy using our new predictive AI tools. I can show him exactly why the numbers dipped and how we will fix it. I believe he will value our transparency more than a fabricated success." Marcus sighed, rubbing his temples. "He's a traditional man, Ameena. He doesn't like bad news." Ameena stepped closer to the sensor. "Honesty builds trust, Marcus. If we lie now and he finds out later, we lose him forever. If we are honest now, we show him we are partners who can solve problems, not just cheerleaders." Marcus stayed silent for a long moment. He looked at Ameena, seeing her determination and the calm strength she possessed. "Fine," he said eventually. "It's your presentation. But if this goes south, I can't protect your position." Ameena nodded. "I accept that. She stayed late into the evening, refining her recovery plan, ensuring every detail was backed by evidence and a clear vision for the future. The next morning, the conference room was cold and formal. Mr. Chen sat at the head of the long table, his face unreadable. He wore a high-tech smart suit that adjusted its fabric to the room's temperature. Marcus sat next to Ameena, tapping his pen nervously. "Let's see the results," Mr. Chen said in a deep, serious voice. Ameena stood up and activated the main projector. Instead of the enhanced slides Marcus had wanted, she displayed the original data. The red lines were clear. She saw Mr. Chen's eyebrows rise. Marcus held his breath. Ameena began to speak, her voice steady and clear. "Mr. Chen, before we discuss our successes, we must address the challenges. Our performance this quarter was below our target by 12%. The room remained silent as Ameena explained the technical reasons for the dip. She didn't make excuses. She explained that the AI algorithm had struggled with a sudden shift in consumer behavior. Mr. Chen leaned forward, his eyes fixed on the screen. He hadn't said a word. Most presenters usually tried to hide mistakes behind complex vocabulary or fake optimism. He watched Ameena closely as she switched to the next slide. "However," she continued, "we have used this data to rebuild our approach. Here is a 3-step plan to recover those losses and exceed our original goals by the end of the next quarter. We are not just reporting the past, we are fixing the future." When Ameena finished, she turned off the projector. The silence lasted for what felt like an hour. Finally, Mr. Chen stood up. He walked over to Ameena. "In 30 years of business," he said, "I have seen many people try to trick me with pretty pictures. They think I am too old to understand the data. But you gave me the truth." He looked at Marcus, and then back to Ameena. "I value honesty more than a perfect quarter. A partner who tells me when things are wrong is a partner I can trust to make things right. I am renewing the contract, but only if Ameena remains the lead strategist on my account." Ameena felt a wave of relief so strong, she almost cried. "Thank you, Mr. Chen," she said with a humble nod. After Mr. Chen left, Marcus walked over to Ameena. He looked ashamed. "I was wrong, Ameena," he admitted quietly. "I was so afraid of losing the account that I forgot what makes this agency good. Your integrity saved us today. Thank you for not listening to me." Ameena smiled and packed her digital tablet into her bag. "We all get scared sometimes, Marcus, but the truth is always the best foundation." As she walked out of the office into the evening sun, she felt a deep sense of gratitude. She had stayed true to her faith and her values, and in return, she had earned something far more valuable than a contract. She had earned respect. She looked up at the sky and whispered a quick prayer of thanks.